Hey everybody, Tony D and Little Joan here with a hot take about woke idiots doing woke idiot things. The statue thing continues. This time they're trying to go after Teddy Roosevelt's statue. It stood for 80 years in front of the Museum of Natural History. But now there's all these exciting woke morons trying to take it away. Here's a quote from Spectrum News, New York. It's very exciting to hear that the museum is removing the statue, said Amy Wang. Oh, yes, I get so excited when I do something so woke and wonderful as in to remove a statue. It's very rare that you see very concrete fruits of your labor, and this is definitely one of those moments we're celebrating across New York and beyond, said Mars Safor. All three activists are organizers behind a movement called Decolonize This Place, otherwise known as We're So Woke, look at all the damage we're doing. And of course, Mayor de Blasio folded like a house of cards because, well, he's de Blasio. He's probably the worst mayor I've ever heard of New York. This is the same guy who went to the gym when the virus broke out, and he, just, I think, for political purposes, just to F Trump. When Trump said the virus was bad, de Blasio was encouraging people to go down to Chinatown and get infected. Not infected, but to go to Chinatown. This is ridiculous to remove the statue. They're doing it to get at Trump, really. This is all about getting at Trump. And Teddy Roosevelt was a great American. The statue is over 80 years old. I mean, it's stand there for 80 years. It's probably older than that. It's just a shame. It's just a shame that they would do this. This is Night at a Museum statue, I believe. Although he looks differently dressed, so maybe they modified that for the movie. It's just a shame. Just a shame. These people will destroy everything. They'll be tearing down Abe Lincoln next. They'll be tearing down Jesus. They'll be tearing down everything. Because the overall goal has nothing to do with decolonizing everything. It's about destroying all history. They have to destroy it all because they're going to tell you what real history is. And they're going to make stuff up. So intersectional feminism will rule your life. And everyone will be equal and communist. That's, it sounds hyperbolic, but that's their actual goal. Because these people are woke morons. They don't know anything about history and they don't care. They don't like anything that happened in history because they think it's all racist. That's why they tore down Hans Christian Heg. Hans Christian Heg, he had a statue in front of the Wisconsin Capitol. Guess how much of a racist he was? Can you guess? This terrible racist. Well, let's see. He was a Norwegian-American journalist, an immigrant. Wow, sounds terribly racist. He was an anti-slavery activist. Let me say that again. He was an anti-slavery activist. Politician and soldier, best known for leading the Scandinavian 15th Wisconsin Volunteer Regiment on the Union side of the American Civil War. He died of his wounds he received at the Battle of Chickamauga. So, here's a guy who died fighting against slavery for the Union. They tore his statue down. The head came off, they threw it in a lake, and they wrote, "Black is beautiful" on the empty pedestal. So woke, so progressive. Here's a quote from the Wikipedia entry. Heg became a rising young politician who found slavery abhorrent. He became an ardent member of the Free Soil Party. Heg was a major in the 4th Wisconsin Militia and served as Wisconsin State Prison Commissioner. He was the first Norwegian-born candidate elected statewide in Wisconsin. An immigrant who hated slavery, who died fighting the Confederacy, and you woke idiots tore down his statue and disgraced it. Why? Can you do any self-reflecting whatsoever? Can you do any self-reflecting? There is nothing in this man's history that says he was even the slightest racist. He wasn't even from this country, you idiots. He didn't own slaves. His family didn't own slaves. But you tore down his statue. You tore down his statue. When he was prison commissioner, he spearheaded many reforms to the prison, believing that prisons should be used to reclaim the wandering and save the lost. Yeah, sounds like a terrible person, right? You woke idiots did it again. You did it in Philadelphia. You tore down another abolitionist statue. Oh, abolitionist, by the way. That was a short terminology for people who wanted the abolition of slavery. I can't talk any slower. The video will be too long, you woke morons. This was not a statue to tear down. You shouldn't be tearing down any statues. You could go to prison for 10 years under the law. And if there's any justice, the Wisconsin governor will prosecute charges. I hope he does. I really hope he does. Let's see. Wisconsin. Let's go to Wisconsin. Oh, we don't know. Here we go. Wisconsin. Let's see who is currently there's the congressman, Paul Ryan. I guess he was from Wisconsin. We don't want presidential state elections. Here we go. Who was the governor? Who was Governor Walker? Is he the current governor? January? Nope. He only served until January. Who's next, though? Who's next? Or is he done this year? Who is the current Wisconsin? Let's do this way. I don't even know. Wisconsin governor. There we go. Tony Evers. Oh, he's a Democrat. Oh, that's such a surprise. I didn't guess he would be a Democrat. Because, it seems like Democrats like people tearing down statues in their state. Let me ask you if there's anybody out there in my 837 subscriber base from Wisconsin. Do you think it's a good thing that the woke idiots in your state tore down the statue of a man who died fighting the Confederacy, who died fighting slavery? Do you agree with that? Because apparently Tony Evers does. Is he going to prosecute the people who tore down this statue? I think you should make sure he does. Because if he doesn't, well, I think he's kind of dropped the ball here. Governor Evers, prosecute these people. And it should be to the fullest extent of the law. Doesn't matter they wrote "Black is Beautiful" on the pedestal. Doesn't matter. These are woke idiots who don't understand even the most basic history. They just want to destroy it. That's why I think it's probably more Antifa driven. These are purges, everyone. These are communist purges. It happened in, what was it, Laos? No, Cambodia? The Khmer Rouge. It happened in the Soviet Union. They purged. First they purged the history, then they purged the people. They burned the books, and then they burned the people. That's where this is headed, unless, Governor Evers wants to stop it in his state. They're not going to stop at just statues. They're going to keep going until you draw a line. The mayor of Seattle's finally had to draw a line. You're going to wait until it gets that bad? You're going to wait until you have your own Chaz and you have to, or God forbid, another Minneapolis? When they're burning down your cities, you'll have no one to blame but yourself, Governor.